Welcome back. Today, we pause to honor the American icons and global figures who have recently departed. These individuals shaped our culture and touched our lives in ways both seen and unseen. If these tributes resonate with you, please leave a like to help us continue celebrating their legacies with the dignity they deserve. Thank you for joining us as we look back on their remarkable journeys. Carrie Fleming. At 51, Carrie Fleming has left us, leaving a void that feels increasingly profound. As an actress and writer, she possessed that rare, comforting presence, a face that felt like home the moment it appeared on screen. Her passing was shared by loved ones in a way that mirrored her life. Quiet, sincere, and deeply respectful, it was a reminder that she was a cherished person long before she was a television star. Fans of the early 2000s will remember her steady hand in hits like Supernatural and iZombie. She didn't hunt for headlines. She simply did the work with a grace that is hard to find in the modern era. Living far from the glitz of Los Angeles and Nova Scotia with her husband, Ronald James Mixie, she remained grounded in her roots. She was one of those performers who became a part of our nightly routines, someone whose impact you only fully realize once the screen goes dark for the last time. Ronnie Bowman, a pillar of the bluegrass community, has passed away at age 64. His name carried a specific kind of weight, not the flash of a pop star, but the enduring soul of a craftsman whose voice defined late-night radio sessions. News of his death in Nashville sent a ripple through a community that understands exactly how vital his contribution was to the genre's history. As a member of the Lonesome River Band, Bowman helped bridge the gap between rigid tradition and a more modern, open sound. His harmonies were haunting, and his solo work carried the grit of a man who had truly lived his lyrics. Hailing from Mount Airy, North Carolina, he never lost that sense of place in his music. He was a man of the porch and the open road, leaving behind an echo that continues to play for anyone willing to listen closely to the roots of American music. Jerry Hanland. With the passing of Jerry Hanland at 96, we lose a living link to the golden age of football. Whether he was on the field as a player or on the sidelines as a coach and commentator, Hanland's life was an oration of the sport itself. His death was marked quietly, fitting for a man whose career predated the era of flashy highlights and social media spectacles. During the 1950s, he was a standout halfback for the University of Miami, winning championships under the legendary Ara Parseghian. In those days, football was a game of physical endurance and unpolished grit, and Hanland embodied that texture. After retiring from the field, he spent decades teaching the game and providing insightful, no-nonsense commentary. He lived long enough to see the sport evolve into a global phenomenon, but he remained a reminder of the disciplined foundation upon which the modern game was built. McDonald. Growing up in St. Louis in the 1950s, McDonald was never the typical image of a superstar. He was an observant, inward boy who found his true language at the piano. Music wasn't a choice for him. It was a necessity. His voice, soulful, gravelly, and entirely unique, initially struggled to find its place in a pop world that favored more conventional sounds. After a stint as a vital but uncredited voice for Steely Dan, McDonald joined the Doobie Brothers in 1975. What began as a temporary gig transformed the band's identity, shifting their guitar-heavy rock into a smoother, more sophisticated soul. The 1978 masterpiece, Minute by Minute, and the classic, What a Fool Believes, cemented his legacy. Though the pressure of fame often weighed heavily on him, he eventually chose to walk away at the height of his success to find himself again. In his solo years and his celebrated Motown-inspired projects, McDonald proved that authenticity doesn't age. He stayed true to the soulful melodies that first called to him in Missouri, refusing to chase passing trends. Today, a new generation is discovering that unmistakable voice through samples and film soundtracks. His story isn't a comeback because he never truly left. He simply kept moving forward, proving that staying honest is the most enduring choice an artist can make.